Hello and welcome back to another episode of Boys Gone Wild. I'm joined by my beautiful assistant Andrew Cohen.
I'm here to distract from the magic.
How are you doing, brother?
Pretty bad. It's been a tough time since I've last seen you.
Yeah.
We went out for a 10-minute break and everything came crashing down.
Yeah.
No, what I am is excited, and I'll tell you why, because I've got Olympic fever.
Yeah.
Give me those 7 rings and I'll marry all of them. They're all a different wedding ring to me.
Yeah. People don't fuck with the Olympics like I thought they did. It does seem like only me and you like the Olympics.
Do people not fuck with... The reason why I love the Olympics is because it's like it's the only time where it's 1,000 different sports on or whatever it is.
Yeah.
All at once. The joy of being able to flick through...
No, I love it.
Yeah, I know, I'm not. For the people who don't, the joy of being able to flick through your red button and see, javelin, swimming, archery, shooting,
And I
fencing.
maybe I've loved it because I don't know if we were doing shit, maybe I wouldn't like it as much. It's because we've done so well.
And we're good at it, yeah.
Yeah, maybe if we were doing terribly, maybe I wouldn't like it. But I liked all the last ones because of that, basically.
I'd still like it, but it's good that we've got a dog in the fight.
Yeah.
And our dog are the GB men and women.
GB News.
Yeah, so it would have started by now. We
Yeah.
would have had... Are you going to watch the ceremony? You're not going to watch the ceremony.
I don't know. I try and watch all of it. This is what's been annoying about Edinburgh. Is it's like, yeah, I would have loved just like a nothing summer just to...
Watch the Olympics.
Yeah, just do nothing. It's the perfect thing to do absolutely nothing to.
It's true. Well, I'm actually watching a Netflix documentary about sprinters. It's called Sprint. And yeah, Noah Lyles, who was just on there, he's quite big at the
The
moment.
problem with sprinters is if you're not beating Usain Bolt's record, then it's like...
Who cares?
Sort of.
You
No,
saying-
obviously it's great. Obviously it's one of the most fun ones. But what Usain Bolt was so thrilling because it was
Because it's so good.
No one else
Yeah.
has ever done it quicker.
Yeah. Then they're not really getting that close.
Are they not?
No.
Because you'd think that we just keep getting closer. We're just going to keep getting faster and faster, right? That's your thing. But how are we getting slower? What's going on?
Well, because he was just a freak.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's well, there's some things like what's his name? Michael Johnson,
Yeah.
the sprinter. One of his records, I think one of his 200-meter records had stood in like the US national team for like 30 years.
Yeah.
I know that's just the US, but I mean, there were some just sprinting is a lot about genetic freaks.
Yeah, and then it's like the Chariot of Fire era, which is like the 40s. That's like it took them like 50 seconds to do 100 meters.
Yeah. There was so much sand on the course, and they were running with like spikes on their feet, like just on their their bare feet.
Yeah, they're in full armor.
Yeah, I mean Simone Biles.
Biles, yeah.
Yeah, the documentary's just come out about her.
Well, and she gets really anxious in that.
Yeah,
That's the big
she gets
thing.
a bit spooked.
Yeah, and so she's a nervous Nelly. That's her
She
special
withdrew.
move
She withdrew from the last Olympics, didn't she?
because of a mental health reason, right?
Yeah.
But then I did see some of her stuff, and she can bloody flip with the rest of them.
You're hearing that here first. She can flip with the rest of them. That Biles. Yeah, no, I think names will start to come out a bit more when it actually starts.
What do you learn from sprint then, as the documentary? What did...
It's not the most interesting one. I've got
The problem
through
is it's
a lot.
a very one-dimensional sport.
100%. You are just watching them sprint in different countries. Maybe sometimes they do it underwater for training.
Sure.
But yeah, it's not... They try... I've sat through a lot of sports documentaries.
Yeah.
And this was one that I found myself not really coming back to.
Yeah.
Because it is just basically who gets to the end the fastest.
Yeah.
And the problem with it is that with football, you've got 90 minutes.
Yeah.
With American football, you've got 4 quarters of 20 minutes. With rugby, you've got 80 minutes.
Yeah.
And then with sprinters, you've got 9 seconds.
Yeah. So you really bust your load. I imagine big sprint fan. You've been queuing for ages to get your beer and hot dog.
Yeah,
and
yeah. You're elbowing your way through the crowd.
And you sit down.
And then you hear the gun as you're just near. You're sitting there, fuck, get out of the way. You try and eat a hot dog as quickly as you can, and then you see them pass the line immediately.
I like the idea of trying to make sure you eat and drink during it as much as possible. I'm going to enjoy this as much as possible.
But
who do you think's the best athlete of all time? Because I obviously watch incredibly boring football TikToks, and often they're talking about the greatest athlete as well. And then it's just like, but then it's like you're either saying Messi or you say Bolt, aren't you?
Athlete, I think you can't say a football player.
Why not? But what does athlete mean then?
No. I think you can, but for me, it wouldn't be that.
What does athlete mean?
I mean, it could include Messi, but I don't think Messi's just amazing at football. I was going to potentially say Phelps because of he's won 28 medals. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
28's too many. And like,
I guess the argument for Messi is that it's the most people trying to do it. And
there's also a subjective nature to the football in a way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So who would you say is the best athlete of all time?
Well, a lot of people, like, every single sports documentary that I watch
is Michael Jordan, right?
It's Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
They all say Jordan. And
but the problem is he's kind of disputed with LeBron, right?
Not really. Not for
There's a
not for true b-ball
It seems
fans,
like,
you know.
and I know nothing about basketball.
Neither do I.
But I'm still going to say
We're still going to talk about
From
it.
what I've picked up is that LeBron is kind of annoying.
Great start. LeBron James. LeBron
I
James.
said LeBron, didn't I?
That was an M.
Did I say LeBron?
Hey,
No way.
Love having a producer.
LeBron. Sorry, I didn't mean to call
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Yeah,
the thing I like about LeBron
James
is what I've picked up is that you could probably argue that he's as good as Michael Jordan. It's just no one likes him as much, and it's kind of annoying that he's better than Jordan.
I don't think he's won enough titles.
Okay.
I think that's the thing.
Fine. I don't know enough.
Yeah. And to be honest, neither do I. But I think I know that. But he's also been, it's a bit like, you know, it was kind of a bit like Messi taking Argentina to a World Cup final. Is him the consistent winning of is it the World Series or something? With the Bulls.
I'd probably say Messi because you look at the amount of people playing basketball. It's
Tom
just
Brady.
like, it's like, no, but who's playing American football? It's like a drop in the ocean for how many football players there are.
Yeah, but
everyone and their nan's playing footy.
I guess they are, but is that relevant? Messi is definitely up there.
It's like, I think it's the most competitive, hardest sport to be the best in the world.
The thing is,
to be the GOAT of that sport is the hardest sport to be. Because even golfing, it's 100 rich white guys.
Tiger is 100% up there.
He's up there.
With Tiger maybe.
But then he doesn't even won the most majors in his own sport.
Yeah, because he went nuts.
Yeah. So I mean, you just kind of, if you're doing the GOAT of goats, if we're goat farming.
And we are.
And in many ways we are.
For milk. Goat milk? Goat cheese?
I think probably the GOAT of goats has to be Messi, I think.
I think, yeah, but you're obviously going to say
because it's like all the American ones, they're amazing athletes.
Let's look at this list that Charlie's found. It's Phelps at the top.
Then I've seen someone, I've watched lots of people talk about this, right?
Great.
And the one that keeps coming up on top, like the edgelord pick, is Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, fuck off. Who is he?
Like who? Yeah, but like 300 people play ice hockey, so of course someone's got to be there. But basically, the reason why he's the best is because he, within his sport, he's like head and shoulders above.
Yeah, but that's like
Donald Bradman, right?
Don Bradman, yeah.
Yeah, who's just like a statistical freak. But then,
yeah, I know, but that's how.
Who would your natural instinct be for the greatest athlete of all time?
It would be. I think it's someone in the Olympics for some reason, and you want to like
Kelly Holmes.
Dame Kelly Holmes. Yeah. Jessica Rainer Smith to you. That was a very weird joke. No, I Phelps comes to mind quickly because of the quantity of medals and the diversity of them. Because I know they're all fucking swimming, is what you're going to say.
I guess a lot of people swim.
No, but
I guess the thing about
why do you keep? It's not about the amount of people that do.
It's a little bit.
But it's not my primary concern.
No.
But swimming, so you know, he's won a medal in every stroke, and probably multiple medals in every single stroke.
Yeah.
Not a lot of swimmers.
He's bloody good at swimming.
He's bloody good at swimming. And swimming is like a cool thing to be good at. No, it's like that's quite a natural. It's quite a key human activity.
I guess I'm bored hearing that. It's boring that
it is.
What that wet cunt.
But very good, very good. But no, so what I reckon might be true is that it would be either Roger Federer or Rafa Nadal if the other one hadn't existed, because they would have been.
Or Djokovic, right?
And Djokovic, but he came in later.
Yeah,
he came in later. But like those two were like in terms of the biggest. Holy shit, who are these fuckers in a sport? They were head and shoulders above the rest, playing each other in basically every fucking Grand Slam final. And the only reason, and it was incredible how they're like on the, I think Nadal's just won one more major. That's what I think you call them majors.
Yeah.
Than Federer.
But then I guess if you're trying to do the greatest athlete of all time, if you're disputed in your own sport, then it's kind of hard.
But that's what
I
I'm
think
saying.
you don't even sit at the table.
But that's what I'm saying.
You kind of got to be undeniable in your own sport as a bare minimum.
I agree. That's what I was saying. If one of them wasn't there, they've got Djokovic above Nadal. Get to fuck. These
I'd
guys
say
don't know.
Djokovic is better than Nadal.
Bollocks.
And Federer's all the way up here at 6.
That's unfair. That's
Did you say
unfair.
Nadal's better than Djokovic?
I'm a big Nadal head.
I prefer him.
If you
but
got
he's
me
not
open, I
better.
believe Rafa.
And it's fair whenever tennis people talk about it, they say Djokovic.
No, they say Djokovic,
Don't they? Let's rank.
No, but they say Djokovic. Djokovic is on easy street because he's included within the three of them. But he when it was properly going down with those two in their peak, he was still coming up. He was doing well, but he wasn't challenging them. And then there was a bit where they're all challenging each other. But now the fact that those two have gone, he can clean up. He's been cleaning up titles for years because those two have hit their peak and gone down. So he's a sweister.
Now, do you think Nadal's bum smells nice or badly, considering that he keeps picking and smelling it? Is it?
I'm not going to
you're not
that with an answer.
No, what? No, that's a
Talking
fair
about
question.
my goat.
No, I'm just
My
saying.
boy.
Like, is it because it's more stinky than most bums, or because it's less stinky?
It'll be less stinky, and I'll tell you why. It's less stinky because he's not picking it because it's stinky.
I guess I don't watch as much tennis as you.
He's picking it because it's a tick.
Oh, I see.
It's part of his. It's part
not
of his
because of how
service
stinky
routine.
Okay, fine.
It's part of his whole routine. I think he does it all the time.
Yeah.
It's part of his. It's a tick that he does. It's not because
If you've got a stinky ass, it's not because of that.
it's like a Newsnight interview where you're like, answer the question: does he have a stinky ass? He's not. No, I don't think it is. It's a tick. So I actually think he's going to be thinking out the cleanliness of his bum more than your average player.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Let's rank Olympic outfits.
yeah, let's rank Olympic outfits. So, the opening ceremony, every year, every country comes with a different outfit that's designed by someone, you know.
Does that happen every year?
Every year.
I didn't know they're always so like. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, yeah. So they come out
didn't
and,
know
they-
they had
and
much-
you know
so
when
much
they go
stank on
like,
them.
Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
And then they come out and they're like, and they're waving the flag. We're here too.
Yeah.
So that's what it'll be for. They're the official uniforms of the Olympics. It's when every athlete wears the same thing rather than their individual sports
So
stuff.
Team USA, they've gone for like the bullies and the social network.
It's a 0 out of 10 straight
Yeah,
away.
it's like date rapist lacrosse energy.
Yeah, frat polo.
It's-
I mean, they've gone for polo Ralph Lauren.
Yeah, they've gone for I've been accused of date raping a girl, but my dad's going to get me off because he's super rich.
On the opening ceremony, they're wearing jeans, and you know it looks like my dad just got back from work.
That's
and
rubbish.
my dad's got back from work, but has a quick turnaround to go to a 60th birthday party.
There was a comic on the circuit who was outed as a paedophile. And he dressed like that. He's actually serving jail time. You know,
He's
real
serving jail
pedo.
time?
Yeah, it's legit.
Oh, who are they?
France.
Oh, now it appears good. Wait, stay on there, please. It appears good, but fundamentally it's bad.
Yeah, well, it's not too different from the suit.
The problem
You can't.
The problem is we've had the USA is one of the worst ones, but we started with it. Whereas they've gone from, so the women have like vest suits on with a kind of rainbowish, it's not really a rainbow.
Yeah.
I'm not very good with colours, but like a kind of deep collar that it's like a sachet actually.
Yeah.
And then the men are kind of, they've got pocket squares, which are a bit like, it's kind of one of those presets on Microsoft Word that you can colour a background with.
Yeah.
I'm giving that.
It's giving nothing.
It's wow. Really, really good. We'll give that a 4, I think.
Yeah.
Team Italy.
So it's basically run out. Okay, well, that's rubbish.
That's awful.
What?
So for those of you at home listening, it's basically tracksuits.
It's sort of like a boxer's family.
Is the wheelchair part of the uniform?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's like those hoodies. I think I've had one of those hoodies when I was in year 4.
Yeah.
You know, when you'd have those big Italia.
Yeah.
When I had
It's like, say, the Gap.
when I had a period of supporting Inter Milan because I did a FIFA career mode with them.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
That's a 3.
3, yeah. Right,
Mongolia.
Mongolia, 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. It's stylish. It's key. I don't
do you
know
know-
much
you know-
about Mongolian culture.
Well,
but
I
it
know a
looks like
fair
it.
bit about Mongolian culture. It's the least densely populated country in the world, right?
And they've reflected that beautifully in their outfits. There are only 4 of them in that picture.
That's half the country, right? So there's fucking no one there.
They're fit.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. That's great. Describe it for the people listening.
So it's sort of like, I guess whenever it's, everyone will be insensitive somehow, but it's sort of like a Velcro bib.
Right, yeah, I do see that. It looks a bit like a fencing vest, but beautifully done.
Yeah, it's got the sort of like...
The skirts and the trousers are 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Some pleated, some not.
It's gender bending.
It's gender bending. Guy's wearing a skirt.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's got lovely ornate designs.
9 out of 10.
Yeah, brilliant.
I agree with 9 out of 10. Now we go to Haiti. Cool.
Okay.
Now, that could have been a 9 again, except for the skinniness of the male trousers.
Yeah. Now, Haiti... What's interesting is that...
Can you describe before we go? Or do you want me to do this one?
Okay, so what we're seeing now is big, loud, colourful skirt for the woman with a kind of preppy blazer with like a cummerbund sort of tightening.
Cummerbund.
Yeah, cummerbund, and then a sort of like...
Stop saying it
like
that.
a Tim Burton-esque sort of like emo boots,
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Charlie, do you
It's
have a
sort of
word
like
for those? I feel
Corpse
like you'd have a word for those.
Cowboy boots.
Cowboy
Right,
boots,
yeah, there you go, that helped.
So they've decided to go with everything. We'll just
The
do
woman, 10 out of 10, I'd say.
I don't
The man, I think we're looking at a 3.
It's bold, but I'm gonna give it. I'd say 7 because
But the man is wearing the same pattern, but in a skinny leg jeans.
Yeah.
Well, trousers, but they're on the verge of they're super skinny, nearly. They're very tight.
So as a country, Haiti's going through some of the worst times of any country in the world.
I'm just trying to rate their outfits.
Yeah. So there's been complete political standstill, right? It's been completely overrun with gang warfare.
Yeah.
So it is interesting, I guess, like it feels, from all the videos I've watched, it feels like the country's completely gone to a standstill.
Yeah.
It is interesting they managed to get out such dank outfits considering.
It's true. So at least that the troubles haven't affected the designs.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to know the process that went on. I feel like the president's being held hostage at the moment.
Yeah, but they managed to get shit out.
They managed to put out some fucking like...
Yeah. Well, the guy looks a little bit gang. There's some gang aesthetic going on. He's got like a bandana tied around his neck. This kind of loose denim. It looks a bit like...
Maybe. I don't know.
Going too far into that.
Yeah.
The Czech Republic, terrifying.
Tie-dye.
We're talking tie-dye...
Sort of a tie-dye kimono sort of vibe.
Tie-dye ponchos and a polo shirt. It's all tie-dye and they seem to be holding some sort of hearts.
I would give that...
It's a 2 for me.
I'd give that a 5 because it's a bit fun.
It's not
right, we'll do one more. Great Britain. Rubbish. Absolutely rubbish.
What did I tell you?
That is rubbish.
That is H&M.
That sucks.
How bad is it, mate? Ben Sherman.
What? What is going on? Like, Haiti.
Oh my God. Why is that man standing like that as well? It's not helping the fit.
Haiti is a failed state and they're putting out an outfit 30 times better than us.
But I think that's the problem, is that we have to give, like, it's probably Ben Sherman's turn. You've got to always give. We've got so many designers.
To be fair, yeah, if Ben Sherman was in Haiti, he would have been killed by now.
That is fucking awful. That's the worst we've seen.
It's just, what is it get? I want to hear Ben Sherman unveil this and describe what he thinks is good about it.
Doesn't that look like every mannequin you see in H&M? H&M's better than that.
If I want to blend into Oxford Street as a mannequin, I'd wear that.
Why Oxford?
It's just generic high street.
Well, more like back in Sussex.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's like what people wear on Burgess Hill High Street.
Yeah.
I am disappointed because I was looking, when that first came out, I was looking through them and I was laughing at America's. I was like, what's fucking wrong with you? Like the amount of incredible or successful designers you have, and that's the shit you come up with.
And then fucking Ben
And then
Sherman.
I went down and I was like, and then I was looking at all the good ones. I was like, great, we're going to be amazing. And then we've done, I was pissed off that America were wearing jeans but at least jeans are quintessentially American.
Yeah.
We've got jeans on for no apparent reason.
And then we've got like bomber jackets, also American. There's
everything of that would have been great at a school disco 5 years ago. There's been controversy over Strictly Come Dancing.
Yeah, what happened?
Someone got kicked.
In a video that traumatized them when they watched it back, but it implied that it was only seeing it back that traumatized them.
I didn't hear that.
Zara McDermott got kicked by her dance partner, and then she said watching the footage back was incredibly harrowing.
No, that wasn't. She didn't get kicked live on air.
No, there was training videos.
Why would she watch the training videos back where they got kicked?
Because someone's clearly flagged.
I think if
You got fucking kicked in the head, love.
you don't know what's going on. No, what happened was she has come out and said that there was very poor conditions on the rehearsal set. So
Yeah,
she was
what's
treated
going on
badly.
at Strictly?
And then she'd said rewatching any footage has done that.
So yeah, it's
Strictly Come Dancing, for those of you who aren't in the UK, is just a dance show. It's like Dancing with the
Dancing
Stars.
with the Stars. What's going on with that show? Because a lot of people's careers get ended because they always cheat on their partners when they go on Strictly Come Dancing.
One guy.
No, it's like the Strictly Curse.
Oh yeah, sorry.
The Strictly Curse, that's happened like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. And it seems like, I mean, I guess if you're with a sexy dancer...
It takes 2 to tango.
Yeah. What does that mean? You have to also be a sexy dancer. Yeah, it's interesting because I guess if you're in a marriage and then you're spending a month with a really sexy dancer and they're teaching you how to dance, then you're...
Eyes on the floor for the whole time.
Yeah, I guess it is.
No,
I mean, it does feel...
What is dancing if not sex?
Yeah, it does feel like, how would you feel if your girlfriend went on Strictly Come Dancing with the sexiest man in the world who's just like... just
throwing her about.
Or just more just like flipping her around, just, doing things you couldn't dream of doing.
Couldn't ever dream of. Like kissing her.
Yeah. Listening to her
stories, yeah. Being there for her at the end of the day. It's obviously quite emasculating in some ways.
It's emasculating, but it works on both sides.
Could be kind of hot.
Watching another man dance?
Well, it's a bit of like, bit of competition.
Yeah, I guess so. It means you have to up your game. I just feel like...
It's obviously, I think particularly for, I don't know, women as well, I think it's a tougher watch. Well, no, it's both. It's both.
It just feels like it's so sexual. Implied, you're both,
yeah.
And
it's dancing, isn't it?
Yeah, but also, as we said, like there's nothing hornier than a school play.
Yeah,
like you kind of have that.
100% with Strictly. Yeah, no, but
every night
you look at the dances all the time. You got to grab them everywhere. The dance is sex.
Yeah.
What else is there?
So
you try doing the tango and not falling in love.
You wouldn't mind your girlfriend on the premise that dance is sex. You wouldn't mind her dancing with an abusive
She
Italian
clearly
man.
needs her for a career. So I've got to swallow the pride and let her dance. Let her dance with Giovanni De Santos. And get scored by what's his face when she's doing the tango. Good for her.
Craig Revel-Horwood.
7. But there's been controversy that it's gone beyond sex and it's now battering.
Yeah.
So multiple. Well, Zara came out, but someone previously.
I want to hear what Zara was doing first before I judge.
What, being a bitch?
Well, I don't know.
She probably deserved a kick, didn't she?
I don't know.
Yeah. Why did she... This is one of my favourite searches from Charlie the producer thus far was, why did Zara Dermott get kicked? Because she was being shit at dancing.
She could have been being racist.
It would have been like, no, get your body in that position. That's what it would have been, 100%.
Yeah.
It's a very physical thing, rehearsing for a dance. I'm sounding like an expert.
He's a Mediterranean and it's just, they're passionate people.
We don't condone anyone being kicked.
It's culturally relative,
Right.
In Italy.
He says he doesn't remember.
It's not a good shout, is
No.
it? Well, to be fair, if you're going to...
apologise at the time.
If you're going to kick someone during a rehearsal, it's probably just... Right. Professional dancers...
Oh, spat.
Well, he denies that.
Deny reports the spat, right?
Denied reports of spat.
Can't
you definitely did
kicked.
it. Definitely spat.
Professional...
Who's reporting you spat if you didn't spit in that scenario?
Yeah, that's bold.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, I've spat at people accidentally.
No, but he's reporting he didn't spit. That's still
I know. What in professional dance circles? Obviously, it's going to be pretty fucking Larry. You're going to have if I'm
the kind of headspace.
If I'm in the Cha-Cha World League, and then I've got a big meet. I don't know any of the lingo, and I've got a big pageant. On the gala on the Friday, and Maria isn't getting her shit together, and I've got like an old Italian coach shouting things at me.
Yeah.
It's a different world in the professional dance circle, right? And I think the problem is that Giovanni and whatever the other ones are have brought it in that kind of same atmosphere into people who are just doing it for a game show.
Yeah.
I can understand why he's probably got in that mindset, but he's taking it far too seriously.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure many people in the dance game get kicked all the time.
Yeah.
And that's a sad reality.
Well, I guess he's sort of like the Gordon Ramsay,
Yeah.
but he's
Yeah.
not televising it, so
Exactly.
it's not the shtick.
Yeah. Well, imagine if they actually aired that during the Strictly programs. Let's go see how they got on in rehearsal.
idiot.
You bitch! Move your leg! Is that all you can do?
But you don't have a lot of aspirations for kind of mindless fame or celebrity, but Strictly Come Dancing is the only one where you're like,
I'll do it.
It's like the only trashy celebrity famey thing
The
that
only
you.
thing I'll ever do. Because I'll win it. I say it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. I actually never thought.
You know, he really wants to do Strictly.
I'd win it. Honestly, I really want to learn all of these dances, first of all.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a good thing to
You'd
know.
love it.
I'd love it. I'd be kicking the fucking professional dancer.
Yeah, it'd be the Bill Kerwin would come out of you.
Oh yeah, that kind of sassy gay woman that comes out of dad at birthday parties when he's making a toast. He wore glitter to his 60th birthday.
Yeah, of course he did.
Of course he did.
Course he did.
A glitter waistcoat, and boy, did he sashay into that room. And I thought, that's a man I want to be. Not even ironically. No, I'd love to go on it because I genuinely think it'd be fun. I want to learn those dances, and I'd win it.
Yeah.
Do you dance?
I don't know any of these dances, but I dance. I dance well.
He's naturally quite a good dancer.
I've never been taught.
No.
So, it's dangerous for the rest of the world if I
But
get
I feel
taught.
like you're so arrogant about it that you probably think that you should be the dance instructor to a celebrity.
Not far off. I
You
reckon
probably think it's cheating that you go in because you're already so
I'll be
good.
like, are we sure this is fair, guys? Is that okay? Well, no. Now
You're
there's
kicking Alan Carr. I don't know why it's man on man.
man on man. That's the thing.
Have they done it?
Yeah.
In Strictly Come Dancing, 2
Yeah,
men
last year, 2 men.
for the first time.
I think they maybe did it the year before that.
Okay.
Ironically, I find Strictly the most boring show in the world. I'll never watch it. I find it fucking mind-numbingly awful. Because I think it's one of those things that I know loads of people enjoy it, but I think it's only fun for the people doing it.
How would Elle find it if you were...
She'd absolutely hate it. If I was doing it with Alan Carr, it would probably be okay.
Imagine Alan Carr's around your waist and you're just spinning round
I think
and
she'd
round.
be like, this is okay. Round and round, because I've done the choreography. If it was me and Alan Carr, that's okay.
Yeah.
Of course she would hate it if I was with a beautiful dancer. She'd despise it. I don't think I could go. I think it would actually end our relationship.
Sure. Yeah. But then it would make your career.
It would. So, you've got to choose at this point, don't you? And I really want to learn the foxtrot. So, I guess Horatio would call him a boy gone wild because he likes men who do terrible, terrible things. But again, a fun name.
Yeah. Armie Hammer.
Because it's
Armie Hammer.
It's one of those that, do you think the name excuses the crimes? A bit like Gavin Plum.
Armie Hammer. No, but Armie Hammer...
Sounds like a cannibal.
Yeah, I guess it does, but it's not silly in the way that Gavin Plum was.
It's kind of if you were going to come up with a rapist name.
Yeah, it's true. Armie.
Anyway, Armie Hammer, for those of you who don't know, is a famous American actor. He played the twins in The Social Network.
Yeah.
He got cancelled a while ago because he is into some really dark sexual stuff.
Yeah.
There was a screenshot of text where he was saying...
I don't understand this cancellation at all, by the way.
Yeah, it's like, what?
No, I genuinely don't.
He was going to eat people.
No, he wasn't.
Hold on. So there's that.
Obviously not.
He's clearly into some dark sexual stuff, but
So are
he's
you.
also been charged of rape quite a few times, or not charged, but people have said he's raped him.
Fine. I mean, that's not ideal.
So I don't know. Do you think it's unfair? Well, we'll get to that after. But
he comes from a long line of nasty freaks.
Yeah. But I don't know. I haven't seen the documentary. But apparently his family's a little bit succession-y.
Old money.
Into
like really freaky stuff.
So he was cancelled for that, and then he's just gone on. He's not been about at all, but he's just gone on Piers Morgan.
Yeah.
So we've got a clip.
Let's first of all address that elephant in the room. Are you a cannibal?
No. You know what you have to do to be a cannibal? You have to have actually eaten someone.
Have you ever eaten any human flesh?
No.
Not a question I thought I'd ever ask him.
Not a question I'd ever thought I'd have to answer, by the way. But no,
Charming.
never.
What do you feel that
charmed
a
me.
large swathe of the
It's not my
public
dinner
just
parties.
think Armie Hammer?
Well, you're
is
going to
a
hate the
cannibal?
menu then.
If you believe that, I have a bridge to sell you. Yeah.
But the reason they would believe it is because you said it.
Sure.
I'm 100% a cannibal.
And I
In a
think a lot of
private
these
text
things,
message. Sorry.
these texts.
Go on. So he said, I'm 100%
This
a
is what
cannibal.
pissed me off. This is what happens constantly on the internet. Fine. If he's got rape charges against him.
Yeah.
No. anyone who wanted to cancel Armie Hammer is not because they're worried that he's going to eat anyone. It's because they want to see his career fall. Like, it's because it's fun to see someone. He's a fun person to see fall down.
I agree and disagree. Let's ignore the rape stuff. If it did happen, it did. We don't know. Whatever. If there was, obviously he should be cancelled.
There was a screenshot of saying I like to eat people and be like, oh, he's a cannibal, and that's just.
We've all said stuff on my horn.
It's a fucking text message.
It's a text message.
What does it mean?
He's definitely got some dark shit going on, but then as long as he's not hurting anyone, fine.
Yeah.
But then I don't know.
He's clearly a loser who's like. I just think it's just like a lame thing that he's like, this is fucking crazy. Go on.
I don't know, I feel like
Can you be heard with the mic?
Yeah.
Is that all right?
I feel like alongside the accusations of rape, if you say I'm 100% a cannibal, it has a different.
Yeah.
Are you saying because he said 100%, you're like, well, that's done and dusted? He said 100%.
It's clearly a bit sinister. It's not like fun, like I'm a cannibal.
He's clearly having a wank when he's saying it, and I think that means he's in the moment and he doesn't know what he's saying. He's gonna come and be like, I'm not really.
But what does it? I feel like we have such a crazy approach to celebrities in this way. It's like now there's so much more private stuff that wasn't there before because you can screenshot things. Like I don't care. I don't care that he has a weird. Why?
If he's got a cannibal kink, who cares?
I want to see how good I like to see his performances. I don't care about his cannibal kinks. Why does that?
There's a difference because if he's
not a primary school teacher,
but he might have. There was things about him hitting women's heads against the wall and unconsensually. He's clearly got some deep BDSM kinks. What I've heard is, and again I don't know, but is that he was like he found women who weren't that well versed in BDSM and then would just like use them in that way and verse them, but pretty aggressively. So like he there's a way to do BDSM which is consensual and you kind of talk about it beforehand. Whereas he's just gone, I'm gonna smash your head against the wall out of nowhere, and these girls, you can't do that.
Yeah, that's not what they led with.
No, because obviously the headline grabber is I'm 100% a cannibal.
Let's hear what you have to say.
Let's go to Armie.
So it's this. This was a very intense affair, very sexually charged between two people with very similar proclivities and kinks. And any of those conversations that we had inside of that relationship, when you take them outside of that context and put them into broad daylight,
it's like it
doesn't look so good.
Just got leaked.
It's,
if we're just saying that if people leaked our Facebook messages, it's a context. We were in a very intense relationship.
Yeah.
We
spent a lot of time together. We don't mean all of the slurs that we've said. We don't
need to be judged on that shit.
Yeah.
I've said I'm 100% things.
If there's nothing, if it's got nothing to do with a lack of consent or him doing anything dodgy to a woman without consent, then who fucking cares? About these text messages, who fucking cares? I agree. The issue is that there seems to be people coming out. But on if it's just on that point, I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
There were rape fantasies. Is your position that all of this was just role play? That it may be offensive to people to hear about this and to read about it, but it's kind of BDSM, kinky sex role play. It's not actually meant to be taken seriously as you wanting to rape her or to be a cannibal. Is that your argument about the way all this...
I think, that would be the worst time to say rape, schmate.
There's never a good time. But this is probably the worst. Rape, schmate, Piers. Cannibalism, schmannibalism. It's in the moment. It's not quite, the connotations are different. Rape, schmate, cannibalism, schmannibalism.
Jesus Christ.
He's got some hardcore kinks and no one should be cancelled for that. It's whether he's practiced that in a consensual environment. Sorry to be boring, but
I think there's just something sacred about the text messages as well. It's just got to be like, in general.
Saying, half of the shit I say on text I never do.
Yeah. Wait. In March, another woman identified only as Effie came forward, accompanied by a lawyer, to accuse the movie star of raping and beating her over a 4-hour period. Not a good.
That's why. So look,
fair enough.
That's why I'm trying to bring some balance because there is a lot of quite dark shit against him.
Sure.
And it's not just text messages.
Fine.
That was just sort of like born out of a desire to sort of like, I want you so completely and I want you so totally that it's almost like I want to eat you. But I don't think that's any different than when someone looks at a baby and goes, oh my God, look at those cute little fat legs. I just want to eat you up. Like,
Let's pause it there.
Okay.
That's
Right.
sounding like the answer a cannibal would give. Now, look, we've defended him very loosely for a second, but if I was to ask that question to a cannibal, I think they might say that.
You know, it's like...
It's no different to wanting to eat a baby.
Yeah, that's his like moral... That's like the... Let's get to safer ground.
It's like, it's like just because it was sexual, it's not bad. It's like
not.
it's like when you want to eat babies. You know when you want to eat babies? Yeah.
I think when you're talking about like graphic sexual kinks, I just don't think bring up babies into the conversation with their fat legs.
He's actually one of the few people who have been cancelled for not being a paedophile. So just avoid the baby conversation. Just keep it fucking there. Well, no, but he's clearly got a kink for it. And there is a difference. Kinks are kinks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if he says it on, it's just like a weird kind of half role play thing, then that's fine, as long as he doesn't eat someone, I guess.
Yeah, I'm 100% accountable. I just jumping off that line being like,
yeah,
guaranteed.
Yeah, he's done. That's a bad job there that he's done. Being like, it's not the same. It's, well, I don't know. Girls, you've had girlfriends who bite you, have you?
Yeah,
but that's because there's like gritting or something. Like,
but what are we talking about now?
Well, that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's saying that I said it in that way because, you know, it's like the same thing that some girls have where they just like go like, because there's love. It's an expression of love.
Yeah. That stuff's all fine. I guess the rape allegations, it feels like it's just going to go back into the boring old...
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Well, yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. Right. So, as is going to happen for these 4 episodes, we're going to end on a Q&A with questions for the public.
This is
from you.
This is from...
This isn't Strictly Come Dancing.
Hi boys, love the pod. So basically, I have a sugar daddy, and he pays me pretty well, like every month. And we meet like once a month. But I'm thinking, should I get a second one just in case he decides not to see me anymore, or like, you know, his wife finds out, whatever. Should I get a second one as a backup? Thank you. Love the pod.
The obvious question is why not?
Yeah, I mean, it's a 30-second voice note, but I wanted maybe 2 minutes. There's a lot of context.
There's
there.
a lot of questions.
Yeah, no, it depends what situation you're in. You want a sugar daddy. The
answer is why not?
Yeah, definitely.
Why not?
Are you feeling like, I couldn't possibly have another sugar daddy? Why are you getting coquettish
got the time
now?
for it.
Yeah, but it's like you've crossed that bridge.
Heard, chef. But
you know, it's funny being like, I couldn't possibly have another sugar daddy. You know, you've already crossed that bridge.
Make me a sugar slut? Go for it.
If you've got one sugar daddy, then you can.
You might as well have 1 billion. Is that what you're saying?
It's
no.
like,
yeah, no.
it's a transactional relationship.
What would
Just
the
chuck
issue?
Another, you know.
What would the issue be? Is it a loyalty thing?
Okay, so what you're going to have to do as well, because that was a very juicy voice note where
we're going to need more.
You had us wanting more. I think, feel free to
send...
send...
Well, that's why she's such a good sugar baby.
Exactly. Send in more voice notes with updates of how this is going.
It's true.
And even outside of committed Q&A episodes, we'll keep this going.
We're interested.
As a serialized narrative.
Sugar baby journey. If there's any sugar babies and any sugar daddies that listen to this, it's astonishing that you haven't already voice noted us telling us about everything.
Now, did she say if his wife finds out or if he has a wife?
Did you hear wife?
Yeah, if his wife finds out.
Oh!
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Rerun.
You want to hear it again?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't hear the wife. I was too busy being gassed that we had a sugar baby that listens to the podcast. Because that's fun. That's fodder. Not your problem he's got a wife.
Yeah.
That's his problem.
Yeah.
What the question still is, why the heck not? Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
The only issue you'll have...
She's flagged that she doesn't want to lose her income stream.
Yeah.
That's what she's flagged.
All we are is accountants in this situation.
Exactly.
And my question is, get as many sugar daddies as possible that you can maintain.
Richard Branson said, my dad has a lot of Richard Branson books, and I remember, I think one of the quotes I saw was, don't have all your eggs in one basket. You diversify your investments.
Put that in a sugar daddy context, please.
So don't have all your old man's testicles in one hand.
That's exactly correct. That's exactly what it should be. Don't have all your don't have
I don't think that quite works.
Don't have all your... No, it does. It works perfectly. Don't have all your old man's testicles in one hand. Because otherwise, what if your hand falls, then you're going to be lost. You need as many old man balls as you can in multiple hands. Spread diversification.
My bigger point is, it's an incredibly transactional world, sugar daddy, sugar baby. So don't, if you've made that jump, then don't overthink that side too much.
There's only two issues why you wouldn't. A, you're worried about the morality because he has a wife. Who cares? He's the one who's doing it, or
she cares.
Maybe she does. Well, then.
But then it's like you've made that jump anyway.
Then you've made the jump anyway. That's fair. There's three actually. The other one is that you want to stay loyal to this guy because he's done you well. He pays you monthly, etc., etc. He's got a wife.
He's your sugar daddy.
He's not staying loyal to you. He's your sugar daddy. You're allowed to go and do your thing. You can be a great sugar baby to multiple daddies.
Yeah,
we all are. And then thirdly, the other option is that you don't have enough time to maintain it. You're only seeing one. This is the start of your sugar baby empire. Get as many as you can.
So diversify your portfolio is what is...
Diversify the portfolio. Get as many balls in hands as possible.
Right. So this one is from Lizzie Heads. Thank you very much for sending in. It's great when the girls send in. The girls have great voice
And the girls
notes.
have better questions than the
they
guys.
do.
Because the guys are, what's funnier, a knob or a bum?
Hey guys, so I've been seeing this guy. Hate to say it, I think he might potentially be more into me than me into him.
We love that.
Great in the sack. We have a great time. However, I can't tell if I maybe am just not really into him / have the ick, or if potentially I am just getting really strong post-nut clarity, potentially long term. Anyway, love the pod. Cheers. Bye.
Right, but okay, Lizzie, straight off the bat, if you're saying any of this, it's 100% true. If it's a problem now, it will only get worse.
I've never heard
If you're saying, I think I might have the ick, you do have the ick.
An endless state of post-nut clarity means it's the end of the relationship.
There's a slight denial about how you already feel. If you're describing it as a post-nut clarity, as in it's sort of like a unreasoned state.
Yeah.
If it's endless, it's actually how you feel.
It's like post-nut clarity, like, you know how you feel ashamed of yourself when you've come...
And you find him gross.
And find him disgusting. Imagine that, but it's all the time. What should I do?
You know what to do, Lizzie.
You know what to do.
Thanks for sending in. That was a great voice note. But
Charlie, do you agree? Let's go to our...
Charlie, but built into the voice note was the answer. You had peppered it.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I think I'd echo what Rachel said. If she's using the word like personal clarity, that is quite a violent...
Yeah.
We have 30 seconds to choose from, and all of the information you gave us about him was you. If maybe you haven't realised it yourself,
I hate
saying,
him. He makes me feel shit. He's disgusting.
He's grim.
He's good. Well,
he's more into me than I'm into him. He's good in the sack.
He's good in the sack.
Well, then just, pump and dump the...
Pump and dump the cunt.
Yeah.
Pump and dump the cunt.
Have a good time.
Well, if at the same time, if he's good in the sack and you're not looking for anything long term, stay with that for a bit if you want. But it sounds like you hate him.
Live on air.
No.
Has sent another voice.
Bleep sent another voice. Live on air. Bleep sent another voice. We're in the voice note.
I guess the plus side is obviously, more money. And cool experiences, but then the negative is that I just have to spend ages vetting these people, trying to work out, are they cool people, do I want to spend time with them, are they worth it, or are they just creepy and weird? And then that's a whole just annoying process. And then also, what if my current guy finds out? So, but then what if he leaves me and then I work a normal job, so I'll be fine. I'm fine in that regard, but I don't know. I'd like to keep it rolling.
So it's something that the screening process, the onboarding process of these sugar daddies is a lot more complex than we would obviously expect.
Yeah.
So I guess it's actually...
Yeah, that was our stupid non-sugar baby brain.
Oh, stupid non-sugar baby brain! Oh!
Salt man!
Why are you so stupid? It was our stupid non-sugar baby brains that didn't realise there's a lot of sunk costs. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes work that goes on to actually acquiring a new one.
Yeah, because it's easy to just see how much sugar babies are getting paid. You're like, oh, that's bloody easy, but you don't know about...
One. Yeah, because if we went out and tried to find a sugar daddy, we'd be...
It's a set of skills.
Bleep that, sorry.
This is not Patreon, this is me.
Yeah, I know,
it's a
it feels
particular
like a
set of skills that have been developed and are of high value to a certain group of individuals.
Sorry, yeah.
No. A discerning group of individuals.
Yes, agreed. So what you need to think, I could do you a graph if you send me your email, is you've got to work out how much time, we need a cost-benefit analysis, essentially.
Yeah.
How much time is it going to take to find a good sugar daddy. Hey, you've done it before.
Yeah.
You've done it before. You know what it takes to do. So if you have enough time to sift the wheat from the chaff? Split. And is the wheat a bad sugar daddy and the chaff a good one?
Yeah, the wheat's good and the chaff's bad would be in the saying.
So you need to find the chaff.
You need to find the wheat.
The wheat's good.
The wheat's good.
The wheat's good, says Charlie.
He's actually a farmer.
He didn't even Google that.
He moonlights.
So yeah, you know what it takes to find one. If you've got the time for it, do it.
Yeah.
Your only negative. Well, that was the negative about it being difficult for her to find one. But the other one being that, what does he feel? What does her original sugar daddy feel about it? What would you say to that?
Sorry, she's messaged this. It's not a voice note. She says, yes, my current guy is amazing. We both read a lot. So she likes her current guy.
Do you want this to move to a sugar daddy to a real relationship?
I don't know. I think maybe...
I wasn't asking you. Is this you? Are you running out? Are you running out doing this and you're just asking me for your opinion, but you're too worried to ask?
I'm glad you asked, Andrew.
It does make me feel safe.
I don't know. It's interesting. The whole sugar baby thing is interesting because you don't know who's getting exploited.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think the man's not getting exploited.
Someone doesn't necessarily have to be.
No, that's what I mean. It does seem like I think it can frustrate a lot of people who maybe can't be sugar babies. But if
you again. It sounds like you're talking about you again.
But it does seem pretty mutually beneficial. I guess the only thing is because you're a young woman, you might not know the emotional ramifications of this sort of relationship at this stage in life, and you might only find that out
That's
later.
a good point. And I think if you're getting into a place where you're worrying about your sugar daddy's feelings too much that you might not get another one, means that maybe you're getting a bit close to your current sugar daddy.
Yeah, I think you need to be more of a cold-hearted bitch.
Yeah.
I think disconnect a little bit from the sugar daddy. It sounds like he's amazing. You both read a lot. I don't know.
Remember why you're in it.
Yeah, you're in it for it's cash money.
Cash.
It's cash money.
We recently
babes.
did something for money that we hated, and we're not going to do it again. But we did it for the cash.
For the money.
We did it for the money, and we will do it again. We'll remember why we're in it, and we're going to do loads more.
We're going to do loads more. We're going to do it every time we're asked to do something for cash.
We're going to do it, but we're not in it because of the emotional connection that we have with Foxy Bingo. We're doing it because we want the money. I think that's a good place to end it.
Yeah. Thanks so much for listening, guys.